Awesome, everybody. Thank you so much for this great opportunity. My name is Thomas Schur, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Civdrone. And we are enabling unmanned systems to do precise marking in construction sites. The thing started out in Israel. And myself and Liav, my co-founder, are both civil engineers. We worked in construction management positions in road, rail, ports, and waterways projects, and truly understand the market needs and what it entails. On my right, we have Lior, our VP R&D, with expertise in robotics and obstacle avoidance systems. And on the left, Guy, with emphasis on system engineering, control, and management, with a big passion to drones, been building drones and flying them for over a decade now. I'm here in sunny California. It's great to be out here. And we have developed the first autonomous staking solution in the market, and we already have 10 employees in total. And we built this because construction is being built according to blueprints. It has to be built that way. That's what we have it designed. But during construction, we have to do it precisely. Every inch matters. And that's why we have surveying professionals on our job sites from day one until the last day of construction. And the main role during construction is called marking or stakeout. Stakeout is there to show us, to guide us where to build the sidewalk alongside the road, the stop sign in the intersection, and many other elements during construction phase. Today, this is done manually by people walking around, hammering stakes into the ground day after day, attaching ribbons to them, writing numbers on it that reflect to instructions of what to do there. For instance, here you install the foundations for your house. This is pile type A, pile type B. Install a pipe in this depth, this diameter with this offset. This is very repetitive every day, and people make mistakes. We all are human after all. So we're trying to avoid these problems by empowering contractors to do this more effectively using robotics. Sometimes we just have also colored flags. So color palette is also a great way to convey information without much information with scribblings on stakes. The other kind of marking is called layout, mostly seen on the side of the road, on parking lots, marking utilities. These layouts are basically done, again, according to the blueprints to convey the information of where to paint the actual parking lots or lines or elements, or to show contractors, be warning, here there is a pipe, underground, about 2-3 feet under the street here. So be warned, don't dig here. It's called 811 as well. So these kind of markings are done with layout outdoors with spray paint. So without further ado, I'm going to show you a quick video of how we automate this process. So instead of guiding people where to walk and where to hammer the stakes in the ground, we sent out the drone to do this mission. We set it settings, in this case, 4 meters, about 12 feet from the ground. It flies. It lands usually within about 2 inches. Usually we're able to achieve that the accuracy of landing. But after landing, we wait a few seconds. We know precisely where we are. We know where the north is. And with our 3-axis system, we can compensate for the missed accuracy of landing, load a stake from the magazine. In a few seconds, you'll see us drilling the stake into the ground, achieving sub-inch accuracy. Just to visualize how accurate we are, we had a surveyor spray paint the coordinates to show you the level of accuracy. The drone is not aware of the spray paint, and we are using GNSS receivers on the drone itself, just as surveyors use today on their handheld devices to achieve the sub-inch accuracy. And don't fool yourself. We're also doing this in hard soils, because that's mainly the first question people ask me. We're even penetrating asphalt by making a pre-drill hole using a metal drill, and then loading the plastic stake that you just saw earlier and putting it into the pre-drill hole that we made. Awesome. So the next system you'll see is Civ Dots, our new system, which is still under testing with clients. It's for laying out spray paint outdoors. Here you can see it laying out 30 meters, about 30 yards, using spray paint. Just straight line for a parking lot. That's all it is. Driving from point A to point B while staying within the accuracy that's tolerance allowed. And in a few seconds, you'll see it towards the end. It's not using computer vision at all, just GNSS RTK, just like surveyors do today. And it is done. Great. Last but not least, another great use case for Civ Dot is solar farms. In solar farms, construction, the piles are really close to one another. So flying, 10 feet, 15 feet is not a good use case of a drone. So the rover is doing the spray paint and then have a person just walk behind it and put flags in different colors. And by doing so, we're able to achieve up to even 4,000 points a day, while usually it's not more than 500 a day when this is done manually. So we saw how it works, and now we're talking about where we do this. We're doing it in renewable energy, like I mentioned, in solar farms and wind farm projects. In solar, they have a lot of piles, and in wind farms, they have a lot of access roads, which is another similar thing to road itself. And a pipeline. This is a long linear job site that require a lot of marking during construction phase. Roads and rail, ports and waterways. On one of the job sites we have visited, there are 20 surveying crews. That's 40 people working day and night on a port construction project in order to show and convey the information for the contractors, like we said earlier. Here are some photos from a solar farm project we visited. Every pile is marked with a whisker, they call it. Basically, it's a nail with some nylon colored to show what type pile it is. In this case, that 4 colors. This is the pink one for type A. That's 250,000 piles on another job site we visited. This is done every day this way. On the row, we can see both kind of markings, staking and layouts. On the left side, staking for railing, where to install the rail alongside the road, and where to pave and how much to pave, as you can see being done by the subcontractor for the paving. But after the pavement is over, we have to go and lay out so we can paint accordingly. Where to put the arrows, where to do the crossings, and whatnot. And that's done with paint, as you can see in the center line and the crossings. We already deployed Civdrone around the globe. In Japan, we did a solar farm. And with Kojima, in Israel, with Shikunu Binoi, we've done a road and also on a foundation for a building. We laid out 100 piles in 2 hours. It was pretty great. And we also deployed this in Texas in another solar farm project. And we're actually going next week for 7 more product POCs, demos with clients as well that have been following us in the last couple of months. So why people choose to use Civdrone and Civ Dot? It's very simple. It's at least 4 times faster, Civ Dot even 10 times faster, because one drone can do 500 stakes a day compared to 120 points with the surveying crew of 2 professionals. That means one Civdrone can do the work of up to 8 surveying professionals, especially during COVID time when surveying crews work in pairs. Civdrone can do it on its own with 1 man, 1 drone. Or Civ Dot, again, 4,000 points a day. That's amazing. Most use cases we saw with layout, getting to 400, 500 at most. And it's as reliable because we use the same gene assess survey grade equipment that surveyors use today, but instead of guiding people, it guides the drone where to do the marking. And it's so simple. You just press start using the same file type that everyone is accustomed to. And by doing it with less manpower on job sites and more efficiently, with less mistakes, it's anywhere between 30 to 70% cheaper, depending on how you do it today, in-house or outsource, or if you were using Civdrone to lay out 200 points versus 500 points, or Civ Dot, 500 points instead of 2,000 points we can do with Civ Dots. And our stakes are smart. What does that mean? It means that basically in our stakes, there's an NFC chip. That you touch it with your phone, and the instructions pop up so clearly, anyone can understand it. No more scribblings that you don't understand the handwriting, or what does that Morse code mean? C12, like, okay. The information is so clearly laid out on your phone, and we monitor everything. So we can even change the information on that stake based on the proceeding and send a notification in real time to other subs on the job site or to the project management team. In regards to Civ Dot, no more trying to understand, should we lay out every 5 meters or every 15 yards, or just lay out the whole line. Dot, it can do it. It's the same for it. Doesn't really matter for it. So by laying out the entire trail, we're getting precision and more visualization of our work. Our pricing model is very simple. With Civdrone, we lease a system for $4,000 a month and sell them the stakes in bulk. $1 for a simple stake in various colors, and $2 for a smart stake that includes the NFC chip with information. And for Civ Dot, we can lease it out for $3,000 a month or buy it out for $30K plus $100 a month for a software subscription. These prices also include the entire kit that you need. If it's spare batteries, spare magazines, RTK base and a rover, tablet for the software as well, with rugged for operation in the field, charger, and everything you need in order to deploy Civdrone as a product. So what now? I'm here to answer any questions. Shoot me an email if you want to set up a demo, a POC in your job site, or order one of our used systems. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and have a great day, guys.